Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to the biggest stars and some of my favourite people. And this autumn, The Illusionists is on the road. It's a show featuring some of the world's best magicians and illusionists and escapologists. And Andrew Basso is one of them. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, buongiorno.
Oh, nice to see you. So there you are with your lovely German accent.
Typical.
You're Italian, you're an escapologist, a man of illusion, and you've got the look, haven't you? There's a certain look you have to have if you want to be a magician.
Yes, I think so. Actually, magicians and illusionists are known for their skills. Better if they look good. I mean, as any other show business job, you know?
I think there is a reality, isn't there? The image and the way you put it across. Whenever I watch the talent shows, I always hear people like Howard Stern or Piers Morgan say it can either look really cool or it can look really old-fashioned, and never the twain will meet.
Yes, absolutely, I agree.
And with you, I've been watching you online. I haven't seen you yet because you haven't done it yet. You're coming to the UK this autumn, and I'm going to be seeing you in Nottingham, which I'm really looking forward to. I've been watching clips online, and again, there's a look about you of mystique. That's the first thing. Are you born with that? Is that sort of appeal to make me wonder what you're going to do next? Is that something you've learnt or you were born with?
I think I was born with, because I remember when I was a kid, I never dressed color dress. I was always in black. I took something from my mother. My mother looked like Morticia Adams.
Oh, really?
An idea. Yes, really. So I think it was kind of a normal thing for me. Many people maybe in the magic world try to dress like somebody else, but the final good result is when you find really yourself and you're not imitating somebody. You find your own personality. In the Illusionists, if you look at the poster, it's quite not believable that everybody dressed like this in normal life. And obviously in the show, you push a little bit more your character to make more difference between each other. But everybody in the show, it's what he really is in real life.
I've always said the thing about magic is we know it's not real, we know it doesn't exist, we know it's a figment of our imagination, but what we love is to suspend disbelief and go on that journey with you and believe you're doing what you're doing, which is whether it's making the Empire State Building disappear, whether it's making an elephant reappear, or whether it's getting out of a box. There's something in us, isn't there, that we want to believe, and it's another reason why I hate these people who tell us how it's done, because that completely spoils it. We know it's not real. We just want to be able to guess and sort of in our own minds work out how did he do it.
Well, I think the illusion is not the final result. I mean, it's the method. Behind the illusion created, there are real skills. So all the illusionists on stage spend all their life to practice and practice and practice and to achieve some skills that nobody else is able to do. And specifically in my case, that I do escapology, actually I really go in the water tank upside down, and I really have to hold my breath for 3 or 4 minutes. And to prove this, I removed all the covers and cloths that usually were covering any emulation of the Houdini water torture cell. So making my escape, for the first time in history, a full view escape, where I show my ability on lock-picking abilities and physical endurance and so on.
I've watched so many magicians over the years. One of my favourite places to go for the last 15 years is Las Vegas, and the first shows I always aim for are the magic shows. There's a lovely show called the Variety Theatre where they do a lot of acts that actually are taking part in this tour, and you get to see them close up. One of the things that you just touched on there was that there aren't really that many tricks, are there? It's just how you do it. It seems whether you're making something disappear or reappear, it's how you do it. Whether you escape from the bottom of the ocean or you escape from a box, there's the same principles that apply. It's just how you make it new and fun. That must be an incredible pressure.
Well, it's like in music, you know, you have the notes, the sound notes are just few, but it's the way how you put it together to create a unique song. So it's the same with magic. Principles are few, but this is the challenge, to make something that nobody else in history has done it in the same way.
I think in the past it's fair to say David Copperfield was the first rock and roll magician, wasn't he? He was the first man that went into arenas and knocked people away with his incredible illusions. There's now Chris Angel, who's really doing a lot to, again, make it cool. He's coming back with a new series this year. Magic does seem to still be omnipresent. It's something that, whether it's in the 70s, 80s, 90s or today, people still are interested in. And again, it's how you package it. And it's great that you've taken the risk with this theatre show, because it's a gamble to hire an arena. It's a lot of money, isn't it, to do this, and people are turning out. They're still interested in magic.
Yes, the producers Simon Painter and Tim Lawson, both coming from the productions of very successful circus and musicals, they had a lot of courage when they started this project, but at the same time I think they were watching carefully what the world was missing, and actually was a great magic show. So they decided to create the best magic show, taking the best material of the best performers and put it together in a unique show. And the result is we are packing arenas all over the world. Like Mexico City, we have done in 1 week over 40,000 tickets sold in a 9,000 theater. So the response is amazing, and I think people today are missing a great magic show, and this is the chance.
And again, to bring together all of these guys in one room is so rare. Let's talk about some of them for a moment. So we got Dan Sperry. He's the anti-conjurer. What's an anti-conjurer then?
Well, it's the opposite of what you expect from a magician. You know, in the common idea, the magician is the elegant guy that comes on stage with the hat, and doing the same tricks over and over, from the linking Chinese rings or the rabbit from the hat in the imagination. He's the complete opposite. Think about Marilyn Manson that meets David Copperfield in one person, and that's Dan Sperry that does crazy stuff. You have to think, we were in Dubai, and some of the material he usually does on stage was prohibited.
Wow.
Because he could go in jail if he was doing it on the stage of Dubai.
Wow. One of the guys who's on the show, who I absolutely adore, I first saw him in Vegas, is Kevin James. I mean, what a rare act this is. And if he doesn't make you go, oh my God, how did he do it? Nothing will.
Yes, I mean, he's, I think, one of my favorites, because he's really a creative mind, an inventor of magic. And actually, David Copperfield himself had some illusions taught from Kevin James. So he's great because he can create the shocking moment in the Illusionist show, where he cuts in half a man with a chainsaw, with no boxes, with no covers, live. And a second later, he is able to create this poetic moment and romantic moment with a little girl, where with a paper napkin he creates paper rose and make the rose levitate between the little girl hands, and then in a flash the paper rose change into a real flower.
Wow.
Amazing.
I just love magic, and I'm so thrilled to be coming to see this show, because I know I'm going to love it. What I always think when I watch you guys, though, is the investment, both in time and money, that you put into it to get your act on stage. It's not cheap, and it's not easy, is it? Because you've got to wow the audience now. Standing there, as you say, with a cane and a top hat ain't going to cut it anymore. Right.
Well, I think every performer in The Illusionists dedicated all his life in it. You know, the manipulators spend this whole time on practicing hours a day with these hands on cards or billiard balls to manipulate. To the other side, the big illusionist spend years to create the illusion of making a big thing disappear. Or like me, the scapologist, I spent my life, last 10 years, to learn how to pick locks and handcuffs, to know the mechanism, how they works, and to know how my body works in a strange condition like underwater or upside down.
And I have to ask you the question then, Andrew, how sexy is it being an illusionist on tour? Are the ladies into this? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel we all feel like rock stars in this show because the size of the show is something that has never happened before on Earth. I mean, we do arenas that only famous music stars does, and in my case, I almost walk naked on stage because I have to do down the water escape. So maybe women are more into this.
Yeah, I need to talk to you about that because I like things called sandwiches and food and McDonald's. There must be a lot of pressure on you not to become a fatty.
Well, first of all, I need to be in perfect physical shape for the stunt I'm doing. I have 3 moments in the show, and the main one is the challenge of the Houdini water tortoise cell, where I hang upside down inside a water tank and I have to stay there for 3, sometimes 4 minutes, holding my breath. And I have to be perfect in my diet, in my training, in my mind control training. So it's, I have to dedicate my life on this. I cannot do mistakes.
And just on the physicality of what you do, are you spending your whole day in between talking to idiots like me, holding your breath? I mean, I guess it's a muscle, is it? It's something that you have to train and something that over many, many years gets better and better and better. And if you stopped, it would all finish and the act would be gone.
Yes, absolutely. I have to keep training, and every day between the tight free time I keep practicing and learning because as much as you give to your art, the more the art will give to you. So,
just to give you the dates in the UK: Bournemouth on September 24th, Oxford 25th, at Blackpool Opera House on the 27th, 28th and 29th you're in Edinburgh at the Festival Theatre, 30th you're coming to Dundee Caird Hall, 2nd and 3rd you're in Nottingham at the Royal Concert Hall, 4th and 5th at Manchester, 6th at Sheffield. I'm going to see you in Nottingham. I'm really looking forward to it, and thank you for sparing the time to talk to me. I'm so glad you're doing this because I still think there's a massive place for magic in show business, and for a while, certainly in Britain, it's been invisible. There's really only Paul Daniels left, and that's a shame because this is an art and a skill that people still love, and the kids especially will be blown away by it.
Yes, in this show you will see that magic is for all ages, for everybody. The kids can have great fun of the show, the grandparents can have it too. There is a moment for everybody because all the different performers has something completely different from each other. So you can get the mentalist reading your mind, so the adults will be blown away. But to the other side there is the trickster that is very funny and does comedy magic, and kids will love it. So it's the best of the best in a unique show.
4th and 5th of October you're in Manchester, 6th in Sheffield City Hall, 8th you go to Wolverhampton to the Civic Hall, 9th you're at the Plymouth Pavilion, 10th of October you're at Portsmouth Guildhall, and the 11th and 12th you finish in London at the Hammersmith Apollo. No better venue to finish a fabulous tour, a great bunch of guys together with the Illusionists. The best people in the world really have come together to put on this incredible magic spectacular, and congratulations to you for being on it, and to the producers for taking a risk with it, because I'm sure, in this day of money, it's not cheap to get you guys on the road, and you've all got big things, haven't you? It's not as if you can walk around with a suitcase.
No, at all. I mean, we have things, cargoes on planes that bring the props around, and the production is massive. Just my water tank that contains 1,000 liters of water, and with all the equipment, it's amazing. The production is amazing.
Is that water warm or is it freezing cold?
Well, it depends where we are. Here, when I arrived 2 days ago from Italy, actually before Dubai, it was very hot in Dubai, hottest month during the year, and I came here and I felt freezing, and it's not the coldest moment yet, so I'm very curious to see how my water cell will feel in the theater.
Well, good luck with that one. Hey, listen, really great to see you. Andrew Basso, I'm going to be coming to see you in Nottingham. I don't think I'll bother coming to see you backstage because I can feel very inadequate around very fit people, so I'll keep myself to myself if that's all right.
Well, at the end of the show, I will be very happy to meet and greet you.
Andrew Basso, thanks for coming on from The Illusionists.
Grazie a voi. Thank you very much.